No, the camera is off because
Yeah, we can wait
it
for
was in
5 minutes if you want.
low network area. But let me do something. Just a second.
Right, sir.
Okay, let me see if I can turn it on. So we already have attendees in there, right? Okay.
Yes, sir, we were waiting for you
Yeah.
already.
Sure. Just a second. Now, now should be on anytime. It's just taking. Maybe you can start with a short introduction if you want to, and then till then let me sort the video out. Yep.
That's okay, sir. Fine, I'll start with it.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. I, Mrs. Prachi Sasankar, faculty Sadabai Raisine Women's College, welcomes you to the second session of Third International Conference on Advances in Management and Technology. Our theme, Impact of AI, Data and Social Innovation on Business Transformation for Breakthrough Success. We are going to discuss some trend-setting innovations in business transformations and changes evolvement in such areas. Today's guest speaker, Mr. Anay Pathak, sir. I welcome you, sir, for the session and thank you for accepting our invite for the conference. Sir doesn't need much introduction, but I would like to gist some of his achievements. Sir is currently working as an advisory pre-sales consultant with Dell Technologies. Sir is part of AI and ML Champions Group and also a CTA ambassador within Dell. In this role, he is responsible for pre-sales architecture and design discussions with alliance partners. Sir is also a V Expert, which is a prestigious program run by VMware. Sir is having 15 plus years of experience in DC visualization, public cloud, data management, and cyber recovery as well. He has worked with some of the large enterprise organizations and customers as a trusted advisor, providing consulting around IT and creating mindshare around next gen technology trends. Sir has also won some renowned industry awards, including Influence of the Year 2021, based on his knowledge sharing with peers. Can AI boost social innovation? AI is not a silver bullet, but it could help tackle some of the world's most challenging social problems. To analyze potential applications for the social good, Sir is going to share his knowledge on this very important topic, AI for social innovation. We once again invite you, sir, for the conference, and I was privileged enough to introduce you on this platform. Looking forward to hear from you. Over to
Thank you so
you,
much,
sir.
Prachi. Yeah, thank you so much. Here I am, shivering in Delhi's cold weather. And probably this would be a quick 20-25 minute session where I'll take you through a journey of artificial intelligence, how it is helping the human progress. And I see 115 participants here, so would probably like to hear their views as well. If you feel that artificial intelligence is more of a reality now rather than just a buzzword, right? So we are hearing about it from a long time, but it is always important to understand how it is helping the human as well as we basically move in this data decade, right? So I think this session will be focused around few of the use cases, but any thoughts on what artificial intelligence is? Will I be able to check chat by any chance in parallel? I think yes, right? People
Sure,
will be
sir.
able to. Okay. So maybe this is a buzzword, right? Any simple definition on artificial intelligence which you guys want to just type it in the chat? Yes, no. Maybe this is how it looks like, what it is. Anything? Let me know if you can see my screen in between.
It is visible, sir.
अच्छा ठीक है. Just a second. Let me then. I'll just stop video while I'm presenting and come back because I just wanted to save network bandwidth. Uh, Let me do this. And in chat, I have seen nothing so far. So I'm not sure whether you guys have heard about artificial intelligence before or not. But I would like to keep it interactive. I wish we are doing this in person. So that is where I want you guys to be more interactive, talking to me rather than I'm just telling what I want to tell, right? So any thoughts around artificial intelligence, please? Uh, Nothing in the chat, okay? Human intelligence by machine. Thank you so much, Harshita, for coming up. Yes, human intelligence by machine. Any other thought process? Any other things which you probably know about artificial intelligence, think about artificial intelligence? I know it's a buzzword, right? But at least if it is a buzzword, people should know what it is, right? At least on a higher level. Because one of the agenda for me to basically do this session is also to take you through the journey of artificial intelligence and how it is evolving. So any other thought process before I begin? Just to confirm, ma'am, my screen is fully visible to you, right? It's one single
It is,
screen,
sir.
correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because I see multiple control options. So let me minimize all of this. So we are basically in the data decade, and data is just growing day by day. And we're talking about by 2025, we predicted that it will be 163 zettabytes of data. And zettabyte is really a very big number where we could go to. Now that production has already moved to 175 zettabytes of data, right? So with data growing tremendously from speech recognition to biometrics to GPS system to fully automatic vehicles to 3D printing, machine learning, bioprinting, autonomous vehicle, 5G, advanced analytics, and so on, you also have to analyze that data to get something meaningful out of it, make sure that that data can be used for human progress, that data can be used for business, that data can be utilized, and we have enough inferences from that data which can be used while we have so much of data available for us as a reference, right? So in this new data decade, we had uh, 70s as we call, right? And something which was not expected, right? From COVID to what is happening when it comes to debt deficit, elections, probably in US where a lot of things changed, decarbonization, sustainability, everyone is talking about it because we want technology to grow in a sustainable way because if technology is not growing in a sustainable way, probably we are creating imbalance in nature as well, in which we all see, right? So while we talk about technology, we also talk about sustainability, decarbonization, and how we can make it more effective. And last but not the least, digital transformation. So there is an accelerated amount of digital transformation which is happening. Uh, there were companies who were trying to go on the path of digital transformation, but then suddenly with the remote world, and this is what we are doing in this meeting is also a part of digital transformation because we used to have these session in person most of the time. Now we are moving to a digitally connected world, right? So now we have to probably adapt to best of the breed, but uh, just a quick thought, right? Digital transformation, we all talk about it. How many of you feel in person is better than such digital sessions? In chat, you can write if you feel in person is better, then write yes. And if you feel these online sessions are better, then you can write no. At least a group of people, right? If I get some understanding, because I get different answers at different places. Some people are happy with this digitally connected world, but some people like in-person conversation more than anyone, right? So, any thought process whether a digital world is good, which is the remote way of working and correcting over application. In person is good, or hybrid is good, which is mix of both, right? So there should be in person as well as what we are doing today. Attendees, any thoughts? See, I'll not let you sleep after lunch. Okay. So if you're not responding, I'll not proceed. Simple. So you'll have to respond to my questions, and these questions are fairly simple. Any thoughts around mix of both? Okay, thank you so much, Samradni. I think hybrid is what we look at, right? Any other thought process? Online, offline, hybrid. What do you feel is a better way? Hybrid is a good one. Thank you, Sisti. I think again, hybrid has its own advantages where we can get best of the knowledge from any university in the world sitting in India. We don't have to travel to UK or US because everything is connected. But when we plan an event somewhere in Pune, let's say we can all get together and maybe make it more interactive. I feel that in person is more interactive, and I'm trying to make it interactive in this session as well. And sometimes remote sessions tends to go into little less interaction just because your mind can only absorb for 10 to 15 minutes, and then you probably try to just listen to the session and not interact much, right? So I want this to be an interactive session. And what I feel, and my personal view also, is hybrid is good because we can have best of the breed of both. But what happened in this new normal is what we call it, right? Is that everything changed a lot, right? And this was out of syllabus. We were not prepared for it, right? Even as IT decision makers and consultants, and because everyone wanted connected world in a week's time because there was lockdowns and whatnot, right? So this was out of syllabus. Even I'm pretty sure professors or dean or chairpersons would have a tough time, even students, to basically maintain and run the classes in universities, offices, schools, everywhere, right? My daughter had a tough time. She's small, but again, a class first student doing online classes, and it was out of syllabus for all of us because we also have to sit, right? So online probably would help, but I think initially offline would basically give you more interaction is what I feel. So coming on to digital transformation, uh, what I see is basically a world where maybe everything would be connected at one point in time. We're looking at a video, and I'm not sure. Someone can confirm if you hear the audio as well, please.
So you are very clear and the PPTs are also clear.
No, no. Now, can you hear the audio in the video? There's an
Yes.
audio going on
Yes,
in the
sir.
video. Okay, okay, awesome. So what I'm trying to show in this video basically is that how your future of banking or future of work would look like. A lot of it would be connected and driven from machines. And if you look at it, this particular video of 2 minutes, you will see from getting up in the morning to sleeping, you would be able to achieve your financial goals, fitness goals, health goals, and how you will be able to monitor them more effectively as we grow into a digital world, right? And most of it is happening as of today as well because we have so many gadgets which is available, so many IoT devices which are available, which are monitoring and basically connecting us to help us, right? So just a quick recap while we run this video.
Good morning, Claire. There are delays on your journey. Your schedule has been brought forward. Today's goals include a morning run. Your aim is 5 kilometers. May I help you? Congratulations, you have hit your fitness goal. Your driverless car will arrive in 5 minutes. We advise you sell shares in Robo Incorporated now. Shares money automatically transferred to myself. Access granted. Find and prefer desk spaces. Stone businesses for the Sigma. Is this payment form? Call the advisor. Baby do. Calculating best place to meet. Reservation confirmed. Good evening, Tina. Today has been a good day.
This is how probably things would be tracked, right? And this is where we're talking about human progress and things being monitored at different level. The slide is not, yeah, now it should progress. So we are into Industrial Revolution 4.0, right? We used to talk about mechanical facilities with the help of power, steam, and then came automation, where there was mass production to electronic automation. And now we're talking about intelligent devices, cloud technology, IT system integration, and so on, right? So if you talk about why it is important now and why it is growing at such a fast pace, because the amount of data was very little when artificial intelligence started in 1950s, and the cost of compute to process the data was really high. I'm not sure how many of you have seen floppy disk. If you have, chat please. Do you know floppy disk? There used to be a floppy disk, a very small device to store few MBs of data. So anyone from a floppy disk background? Yes, no, maybe. A chat would always help, right? Again, as I said, I will sleep if I don't get chat, right? So I have to be very sure that people are responsive enough. Anyone from floppy? Harshita, okay, yes, thank you. CD drives? CD drives most of you would have seen, I believe. CDs, we used to collect CDs. We used to have cassette. Cassette is basically Walkmans, right? Walkmans where we used to go to a shop to get the songs loaded. Good old days. 10 songs can come in a cassette, and we have to select the song and get the songs recorded in a Walkman, and which the cassette goes inside it. And it has limited capacity, right? Consider the price of those cassettes, CD, floppy drives, 50 rupees, 100 rupees, whatever it is, for few MBs of data versus what you get now, where you can buy a 2 terabyte hard disk for, let's say, 4,000 rupees, right? To the cost for, let's say, MBs will be few, uh, maybe passes, or maybe 2 rupees, right, per MB or something like that, right? So if you look at the cost of compute, the cost of storage, processing power, which is CPU or RAM or whatever you use in your systems, is going down. So amount of data is increasing, cost of compute is going down, is an ideal scenario when you can process the data, right? Uh, Maybe it's known as magnetic tape or disk, right? Yeah, absolutely. So magnetic tape or disk, I mean floppy disk is just a square device, and then you have cassette player, DVD players, and whatnot at your house. And now you have laptops which can't even read the CD drives. There is no CD drives in your laptop, right? So you have to go with flash, all flash, pen drives, and whatnot, right? at a cheaper cost. It is at a much cheaper cost as well, right? So this scenario basically makes it unique where now the cost of compute is going down and the amount of data is increasing, and we can analyze it more for something which can be really productive. So data is fueling the digital universe. We have 8 planets in the solar system, and maybe let's say sun is the source of energy. Here, data is the source of energy. Uh, we used to have 9 planets. Which planet is has gone out of the ecosystem? Do we know? Again, as I said, I'll keep it interactive. So you'll have to type. I see Harshita very active, so maybe a prize for Harshita for sure. But okay, Pluto. Okay, so that is correct. So now we have 8 planets. Similarly, if you look at data as the energy source for digital universe, you need to have protection, search, monetization, management, governance, security, privacy, and sustainability on data which is growing, right? And that is where, if you want to take 2 things out of this session, this is one of them. The second I will tell later. Learn about these technology on a basic level, right? So you should know what blockchain or cloud or 5G is, because all of this is very much in demand as of today. All of this has a lot of jobs in the market. So if you talk about AI, which is artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, which is DL, or robotics, or IoT, or 5G, or cloud, search for free courses which are available. Maybe the coordinator can reach out to me if they need any guidance. But basically, there are a lot of free courses, lot of cloud vendors like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, giving you free trainings because they want more certified people. Go through those certification, because when you go through the interview process, whenever someone comes to your college for hiring, what would matter is what is in it in you, which is not in the candidate which is sitting next to you, right? So while all of you will have same curriculum, same courses, I think what matters is how you can differentiate yourself from others in doing something around technology which is high in demand. And even if you know level 1, which is very basics of that technology, it is good, because as an interviewer, I'll feel confident I can train you easier because you know the basics of the technology, versus someone where I have to teach the basics as well. And that's where the technology buzzwords which you hear, it is also important to go through them in little detail and learn about it. So if I talk about analytics, basically we are performing actions on data, which is basically fueling the entire cycle to get to meaningful insights is what we want to get to, right? And this is a cycle of artificial intelligence. So, if you look at Deepak Chopra, note down Deepak Chopra. He's known as father of AI, and probably the way he is contributing as of today, you would just listen to him in this video, and probably the next video I'll talk about something as digital clone. What Deepak has done is he has created his digital clone, which is learning with him. Consider it as metaverse. You would have heard, right? Search about metaverse, I would say. So basically creating your own clone who's learning with you, but also guiding people while you probably talk, right? So Deepak Chopra, if you search and try to get more details, would be really helpful, because you learn a lot about how it is helping humanity. And Deepak Chopra, if Deepak Chopra is 70 years, and maybe in some time, if he is no more, his digital clone is powerful enough to guide people, not only learning from Deepak Chopra, but also the digital clone has access to a lot of internet sites and Google and Wikipedia and so on, right? So the advice coming from digital clone is even validated on internet in real time, so that you get a better advice than even Deepak Chopra, right? So couple of quick videos which will give you a glimpse of what's happening.
I think the future of AI is going to make health and wellness and well-being very personalized, very precise, predictable, preventable, and participatory. Through deep learning and artificial intelligence, we'll be able to look at every activity in our body, the microbiome, genes, epigenetics, the brain, and how our emotions and our everyday experiences of life create what we call the experience of the body. So I see AI and deep learning and immersive augmented reality as the way to reinvent our body and our experience of the world.
And this is where we talk about the digital clone of Deepak Chopra. So this is how basically we're looking at technology. Everything is changing, right? If you're from an IT or a technology background, there are languages like Java, .NET, but now people talk about Python, right? So everything is changing. And that is where you need to be sure that by 2030, right, 5 years or 8 years down the line, you'll have a lot of connected devices, driverless cars. But what's happening? And the second thing which you want to learn, maybe there are three things to learn, right? First was technology, what you should learn. The second is the jobs which will be there in future are still not invented. Okay, so you have to be a very, very really good learner to adapt yourself, right? 2030 the jobs would be medical interpreter or human technology integration specialist, autonomous transportation specialist, self-driving car mechanic, which is not there because the technology is not there for these jobs as of today. 85% of the jobs which are there or which will be required by 2030 is still not invented. In 2030, you need in the moment learning. And that's what I want to tell. In the moment learning, which is rapid learning, your attitude, your aptitude will help you get jobs more than anything else because everything is changing. If you see, people are getting a lot of jobs in the industry as of today. This will not exist after 4 or 5 years because technology is changing. So your 35% of the skills which you feel are really important today will change in 5 years. That is where your personal brand cultivation, how you are different from others, your entrepreneurial mindset in terms of being strategic and in the moment learning, how you can learn new things and adapt to new things because things will not stay same. And this chart basically shows you that by 2030, if you have to prepare for a job, let's say in 8 years, 6 years down the line, you can't because you don't know what types of jobs will be there, right? That's what the dynamics are as of today. I'll skip the future of work video, but probably if you look at mobile or 5G, you see the uses of 5G because everything needs to be in a connected world. If we talk about a single car today, it generates 250 terabytes data per day, right? So if an automaker makes 40 million cars by 2030, we're talking about 7 zettabytes of data, which will need 1 million people to just manage the autonomous car for that single automaker, right? And they will have different IT roles. So we're talking about 1 million jobs with single autonomous car maker because there will be 7 zettabytes of data which has to be processed real time. While machines are doing their own work, we will also need people to keep the lights on. And that is where there will be a lot of jobs which are anyways generating even if the things are going towards autonomous side of it, artificial intelligence side of it, and so on, right? So these are the sensors which we wear on our body, from earbuds to toothbrush to airbag belts to tension belt to wristband to whatnot, right? To gather the data, and you gather so much of data, roughly 2 to 5 terabyte per patient, which can be processed in a cloud environment, in an artificial intelligent setup where you do machine learning on top of it, and so on, right? So some of the use cases again, robotics or mobile network versus 5G, augmented reality, virtual reality. We go to a shopping mall or we also go to some movies which are VR based. You basically get into that movie as a character because with the headset, it takes you inside the movie, right? And that's beyond VR, you are going into a metaverse or a multiverse world, right? So all of this is giving you a technology experience powered by artificial intelligence only, right? So I will just move the metaverse side of it as well. But in the end, what type of professionals would be needed in the industry is very important, right? And this is my third learning. The first is technology. The second is you have to be a rapid learner. You have to adapt, and the job profiles will keep on changing. And third is professionals who can create faster, cheaper, and better business process. Professionals who are not just attached to job description. Job description is just to get you in, right? I mean, you have to do any kind of job which you will be told to do because you have to be a rapid learner and you should have high tolerance and ambiguity. Last but not the least, as I said, create your own personal brand. Why should I know you? Why should I connect with you, right? So search for my name on LinkedIn. Connect me with me if you want to on my LinkedIn profile. I'll just put it in the chat as well. If you want to stay connected, learn more about technology because I keep sharing technology articles on my LinkedIn page. And also, maybe you can share feedback about this session on my LinkedIn page if you like it, right? So basically, you're trying to connect to these technology people to learn from them and create your own personal brand. I work a lot on my personal brand. Still, I'm also a beginner like you, but probably how I should be differentiate or I should be able to differentiate myself from the other industry people, right? And so that's where your personal brand would matter. So in the end, if you want to get into good roles, and if you want to go into technology side of or maybe not even technology, right? Any kind of employment in near future, right? What matters would be your mindset, curiosity, brand, leadership qualities, culture, the innovation which you can bring in, your teamwork, and in the end, how you would be able to differentiate yourself from a group of people who are doing similar things, how you can do short courses, long courses in your resume, keep your profiles updated, show your brand on LinkedIn, which is one of the most widely known professional platform, and there might be many more. And making sure people know you, at least you know the basics of technology or whatever you want to do, right? And you have your own brand where you do things in a certain way which will help you get success, right? And in the end, have fun, right? Because without fun, we'll not have all of this, right? So I'm having fun while I'm having this session. I was called to do this today morning probably, and then uh, basically would love to interact sometime in person as well if you want. But more or less, you must be the change you wish to see in the world, right? So if you're looking at green environment, you need looking at sustainability, looking at anything, you should start thinking from your perspective as well. And as you do Facebook, Instagram, which is very important, right? Otherwise, I'll miss my social updates if I don't see Facebook for a day, right? Or Instagram. Also, probably do half an hour or 15 minutes of learning every day. You pick a topic, cloud, you pick a topic, artificial intelligence, you pick a topic, what's happening in the industry when it comes to innovation, technology trends, what is the technology trends for 2023. As you have your own what do you call newer resolution, look at the tech trends, right, of 2023 and so on, right? So basically give 15 to 20 minutes, not like Facebook you might give 1 hour, right? And Instagram and under reels के लिए 1 hours लगता है, right? So don't give so much of time to technology, just give 20 minutes, okay? And in that 20 minutes keep yourself updated, because when someone will talk or someone from the industry or an interviewer will talk, probably you will be able to express yourself because you have given those 20 minutes every day, which is basically 600 minutes in a month, and which is basically 7,200 minutes in a year, right? And that is a lot of time basically to understand basics of any technology. So I think I'll end it here, ma'am, and I'll hand it over to you, Prachi. I hope it was a little useful, and probably happy for comments, feedback, questions.
course, it is, sir. It was very useful to all of us. The students had really, I mean, uh, जैसे कहते हैं ना कि उनकी आंखें, कान, दिमाग सब खुल गया होगा. The avenues which you had touched during all the session was mind blowing. Uh, I
Thank you.
admit here the things evangelist and passionate industry speaker, that was quite impressive, sir. I'm quite impressed about that.
Ma'am. So basically, I'll just put in my LinkedIn profile on chat. Happy to stay connected. In-person session may probably I want it to be very interactive, right? Because what I feel is if I'm giving 1 hour of my time, I should be able to get value out of that time, which means I'm able to guide someone. And even if
Yes,
out of this 106 attendee, one person does a cloud basics course, which is 2 hours of course, and says that, sir, I've done 2 hours of course on LinkedIn. I feel so happy because I feel that I've done something which can help in employment generation and creating a positive technology vibe amongst the attendees. While you should have fun in life and do whatever you enjoy, right? So
that's
that's my
important. Yes,
yep.
that's important. Uh, that is what we had came to an end in the second session of this conference. 175 zettabyte, the data information that you had shared, that was new to all of us. But we all are dealing with it. I hope so, in a very good way. And we are delighted to hear that this can be used for all the well-beings related to human beings and nature. We had already been using IoT, data mining, big data, cloud computing, and of course, other areas of computers. While we do that, we must also take into consideration decarbonization, e-waste, inclusion of a digitized world, minimizing the dangers of it. In the moment learning, this is what Sir had told us right now. Students, please jot down all those points what he had told you, and this is what we will need in future. The best part was, sir, you had recalled those old good days. That is how the Gen X considers us, but that was the era which has been seen by the 80s or 90s people here, and that is why we consider it as a boon. Now it is up to us how, where, and when, in what matter we will utilize all of this. Once again, I thank you for sharing all the information, the new era technology with us. And always learn, be a student lifetime. This is the motto you had told us today. Thank you so much once
Absolutely, ma'am.
again.
Otherwise, things are changing so drastically in today's world. As I said, right? I mean, even the employment market, if I have to be relevant in 2030, I have to give that 15 minutes to myself on self-learning. So that is
Of
important.
course, of course. Very right. Thank you so much, sir, once again for accepting our invite on that very short notice. But thank you. We
Thank
had
you.
learned a lot from you.
Have a good time, guys.
Thank you for joining us. Students, kindly be with us. After a short break of 10 minutes, we are going to start with the presentations. Thank you so much.
Students kindly fill the feedback form. Thank you.